Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForge reporting from the sideline. So for the Celtics, their last game, a loss to Portland. Now here's Malone. And Tatum pulls it down. And stand on defense, the Celtics content to play the percentages.
Yeah, look, the Celtics want to deny threes, free throws, and layups. If you beat them shooting two-point jump shots, they'll live with it. But can they force more turnovers?
I love watching Malone just use that strength. He's so good at just kind of burrowing his way inside and then finishing above the rim.
Now here's Malone. After the miss from Derek White. Here's Jackson. Good.
Showing some muscle on that finish. Jackson Jr. doesn't get thrown off balance easily.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Right away, we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think we'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from Coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Back over to you.
Allie, thank you so much. Now White. Pete Maravich missing on the three. There's the pick. Here's Shireman. Pass to Garnett. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Here's Malone. The quick look, no good that time.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Now here's Tatum. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. On the clock. Here's Garnett. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Utah with the ball. To the paint. Here's Jackson. The rebound by Garnett. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Walls can't get it to go. Outside, Maravich. And he's good on the three ball.
And that's why they call him the pistol. One of the most entertaining scorers in the game, and finding that one from deep.
Now here's White. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Malone with the screen. And here's Maravich for three. And Utah another three.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Shireman. Scoreless thus far. Tatum's shot is off. And again, it's Pete Maravich.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
1:02 left to play in the first quarter. Garnett, the screen. On its way from Dinwiddie for two. Pass to Garnett. Stolen by Mitchell. Down low. Malone. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
To the middle. Here's Garnett. No good again that time.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
That's good by Mitchell.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's White. Outside Tatum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot two free throws. That That one on Malone.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
And stolen by Tatum. Launches a three. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Utah Jazz in control with the 9-point. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
Eaton misses. Stolen. Pass to George. The Jazz working the ball around now. To the inside. Eaton misses. It's picked off. And he gets it to go. Eaton's got his first basket of the night. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Utah Jazz.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Garnett with the block. Inside, White. Tatum on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Jazz leading by 6. Lots of layers to it, Coach, but what is the best part of Jason Tatum's game, in your opinion?
Wow, now that's a tough question, Kevin, because this guy can do it all. I would say what the best part of Tatum's game is he can create whatever shot he needs at any given time. He's got the ball handling skills and the shot making ability to get where he needs to go and then finish the play.
Here's Tatum following the bucket by the Jazz. Garnett in the post. Second shot opportunity. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Ace Bailey.
And that passion that Garnett plays with is really infectious. He's always talking and trying to get himself and his guys going.
And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's... Oh, man! Wow, what a slam. Tatum not messing around right there.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Kevin, back to you.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Mitchell with it. Now Garnett defending. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. What a unique skill set Jaren Jackson Jr., Coach, brings to the floor.
No question, Kevin. He's a two-way player, a defensive player of the year who also has proven he can be a primary scorer, and he can score it from the three-point line, or he can put it on the floor and go to the basket. Plus, he's got a post game. This is one of the most versatile players in the league.
To the inside, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, he was making sure of that one. Jackson with a strong finish.
Here's Walsh. No good on the triple. Jazz leading by 4. On the wing, Maravich. Latrey. It's stolen by Garnett. Pass to Dinwiddie. 59 seconds left now here in the second. To the paint. Here's Garnett. And Garnett slam.
How about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of them.
Now here's Tatum. 9 points in the game so far. Garnett just attacking the rim.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Tatum on the wing. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Into the lane. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And both free throws good for Kirilenko. Dinwiddie outside. What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Down low, here's Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Well, we see this every night now. Tatum has become an excellent playmaker, a point forward in many ways.
Dinwiddie with it, picked up by Malone. Garnett up top, and there's the call on Karl Malone. That's foul number 2 for him. And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh and if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
Well, there's a high percentage look for Tatum. The defense did what it could.
And sometimes, Stan, lost in everything he has done for his team, Jason Tatum is one heck of a playmaker.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what happens to guys like Tatum when they come into the league is because he can score the ball, and that's such an important skill, we tend to focus on the scoring. But Jason Tatum has become a better playmaker in his time in the league. He's become a better defender and a better rebounder. This guy excels at everything.
Rebounded by the Celtics.
Not a great start to this second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Taken away by Kirilenko. And here's the fast break. Malone leading the way. And the basket is good. Maravich just got 10.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
And Garnett has it in the corner. Here's Walsh. 5 on the clock. And Jackson with the block.
Well, this is the level of rim protection you get with Jaren Jackson Jr. He takes pride in being this team's defensive end.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. So both teams making some changes here. George in the post. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. That one good for 2. Eaton's got the game tied up here for the Jazz.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him to clean look.
And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Yeah, just powerful stuff from Vucevic.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backdoor.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. Jason Tatum keeping the main thing the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle, and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Back over to you.
You'll love to hear it. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Pass to Bailey. Over Pritchard. Good on the 7-footer. 6 points for Ace Bailey.
A little contact like that isn't going to do much to alter Bailey.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
The shot by George, no good. Celtics leading by 3. Tatum a screen. Shot, high post. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Here's Heaton, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
They definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
They got to keep looking for fast break scores to even this game up.
And he drives in. Pritchard gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Well, defensively, they just look lost in the second half. They need to turn up their intensity and get back to the way they were defending in the first half.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
For Utah, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Pritchard with the ball. Here's Vucevic, and no good on the last second attempt this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Celtics lead by 40. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Right wing. Back to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Eaton. They double in with Vucevic. Here is Maravich. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The game now all time. Eaton's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Utah.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And the jam by Karl Malone.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Tatum with it. Picked up by Malone. Pass to Tatum. Three-pointer. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Considered one of the best players in the game right now, Tatum is hungry to win titles to add to his growing legacy.
Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling. Yeah, Jackson's length impacts both ends.
Garnett, a rebound by the Jazz.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Malone. Now here's Jackson. Over Garnett. Here's Malone. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
White outside. Dinwiddie fires. And he hits from 17.
With a good understanding of the right shots to take, Dinwiddie keeps the mid-range jumper alive.
How about those points from Jackson? Big time.
Now Dinwiddie. Jackson with the rebound. Malenko into the lane. Count it!
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
Free throw drops from Malone.
Well, this is what he does. When you need him to come through, he answers the call.
Utah leading. Wow. There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. It misses.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Jackson outside. The shot is good.
Yes, we know Jackson can nail threes, but at his core, he's a guy who wants the ball around the rim.
Tatum outside. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
No good.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
And it's Utah's ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. .41 seconds left in the fourth.
Great defense from Jackson Jr. He's a former league leader in blocks.
Dinwiddie outside. Three. Good.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Mitchell right side. Jackson with the screen. Missed on the three. Tatum. Off target from outside. And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to see it.
And they're so...
Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Jazz.
I would expect for both sides to come out fast and full of emotion. Just the nature of this rivalry.
And part of it is they know each other so well. The team that executes best is likely going to come away with the W.
Jordan can't get it to go. Right side Jackson. At the elbow, it's Mitchell. Stolen by Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Oh, my goodness. A little force from Donovan Mitchell off his feet in a hurry.
And here is Giddey. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Gilmore. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
We see it over and over again. More teams sending activity to the offensive window, and it pays dividends.
Now here's Giddey. Pete Maravich misses his last shot. To the paint. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Malone. Chicago shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And he makes both free throws. Screen by Malone. Here's Maravich. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. Boy, they're slow to get it going here tonight. Just 1 for 4 to start.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Here's Gilmore. Yep, that one goes in there. Gilmore's got 6 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work. This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but G.A. much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
Outside, Jordan. Driving to the basket.
Quality denial there by Jackson. His anticipation right at the rim, impressive.
And the Bulls making a change here. The Jazz with the lead. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Kevin?
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. 5 on the clock. It's Jordan with the drop.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the fourth.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Utah Jazz.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
And here's a guy that's not in coast mode. Jackson's going to give it all he has every minute he's on the floor. That's how he earns the and one.
Now, here's Bamba. Nothing on the board. Pass to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now Mitchell. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Excellent D there from Williams. It's Pippen on the wing. Rose surveying the D. And here is Williams. Maravich with the steal. And he drives in. Jackson. And here's Malone outside. Another miss by Utah. And it's Rose penetrating. Malone with the steal. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Utah Jazz. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from the Jazz so far, what's your take?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And one of the all-time high risers at the point guard position, Derrick Rose can still throw it down.
Collier, that's good. Doris, you were a great ball handler in your day. So with that in mind, do you think players are carrying the ball too much now?
Kev, this is such a hot time. Carrying the basketball is when the ball ends up directly on the palm. The closest we get to that is what we call the hang dribble from players. They're trying to extend the possession so that they can read the defense. To me, that's the only point of concern.
Here's Collier. It's deflected, and they get it back. And Kessler throws it down. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Rose. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And Rose proving already to be a relentless competitor, excellent at finding ways to finish inside.
Kessler with the rebound. Utah leading by 9. Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. The great skill development programs showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
Kessler, no good. Bulls trail by 9. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And finished off by Bailey.
So much versatility. Bailey does so many things to help you succeed.
Rose attacking. Left side, George. Pass to Mikhailuk. From outside, off the mark. Bulls trailed by 11. To the middle. Here's Miller. Kicks it out to Jordan. High post shot. Kessler with the rebound.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
And finished off by Bailey.
And no shortage of agility for Bailey. He just leaps up to the rim.
Here's Rose. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Pass to Collier. Banked in off the glass. Collier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Chicago making a switch here. Here's Giddey, still without a basket. Jordan deciding where to go with it. And it's Utah with the rebound.
just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Kicks it out to Malone. Bamba with the block.
I'll tell you, the kind of lockdown defender Mo Bamba can be. Send it back, young man.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. The Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Down low. Here's Malone. And it's slammed in by Malone.
I love watching Malone just use that strength. He's so good at just kind of burrowing his way inside and then finishing above the rim.
Pass to Maravich. Screen by Malone. Maravich, good. Maravich has got his second bucket tonight.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Pass to Bamba. Back to Jordan. Looking to end the run. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. And so it's Utah closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Giddey with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Stolen by Jackson. For three. Here's Malone. And he battles for the ball and gets the second change bucket. Malone's got his third bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. Oh, my goodness. The creativity, the athleticism of Michael Jordan.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
Maravich with the steal. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. And it's blocked. Jordan, that's for two. And it's Malone with the rebound.
Boy, this has not been his night. The effort's certainly there, but he looks disjointed.
Mitchell in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Maravich. Mitchell's got 11.
You've got to chase Mitchell out of the corner, or he will drain those all night.
So, DB, after winning the Most Improved Award back in 2023, it's been hard for Markkanen to reach that level again.
I think one thing that happens, Kevin, when you become the focal point of the opponent's scout, you're getting the best defender, you might be getting multiple defenders, and that takes some time to adjust to.
And that time, the screener rolls, and Jordan has room to get the shot he wants, makes a good decision to keep that one himself.
No good from Maravich. Bulls trailed by 21 to the inside. And it's Miller with the jam.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
Kirilenko into the lane. And here's Malone outside. And the Jazz, another three.
And from time to time, Malone can make that. The D is going to have to adjust moving forward.
Inside, here's Gilmore. Rebounded by the Jazz. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Jazz passing it around. And Jackson throws it down hard.
See, this is something that I think Donovan Mitchell needs to keep working on. To me, his responsibility is to get his teammates going as much as himself. Michael
Jordan on the wing. He has 6. 4 on the shot clock. Fades and shoots. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Malone outside. Back to Jackson. There's a minute 40 left to play in the third. Pass to Mitchell. To the inside. And here are the Bulls now. Now Giddey. Scoreless thus far. Pippen with the wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Practically automatic shot there by Pippen. He knows he just needs the ball, and then he is good to go.
Pass to Maravich. Here's Mitchell. And then Mitchell at the dunk.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. And we felt it. Even over here we felt it. Here's Jordan. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson.
Gosh, it feels like he's pressing a little bit, and obviously playing from behind doesn't help.
Here's Malone. 9 points in the game so far. Gilmore grabs the miss. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
And this game has been all about Gilmore. He's an intimidator down low, and they're having no luck finding someone willing to play the kind of physical defense it takes to stop the Asian.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Jazz leading by 21. Down low. Here's Collier. That falls. Nice speed that time from Jordan. Collier's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Jazz. Outside Rose. Pass to Bamba. Outside Pippen. Picked by Williams. Pippen with it. Bailey picks him up. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Rose. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the basket by Bailey.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Rose. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Ace Bailey.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
Right at the free throw line. Bailey misses.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
To the middle. The kick out to Rose. And the officials call it for a 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Jazz leading by 22. Out to the wing. Stolen by Pippen. Rose with the ball.
Well, Rose with energy and effort can still beat you in transition.
Stolen by Rose. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Ace Bailey.
Yeah, the defender all over
for the Bulls. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Utah Jazz.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Pass to Gilmore. Oh, the dunk.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's foul number 2 for him.
Leonard Miller. Josh Giddey.
They set the screen. Here's Jordan. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
The drive, the willpower of Michael Jordan is on a completely different level. He is competing every second he is on the floor and always looking for any way he can beat.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Outside, Maravich. From about 19. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
They grabbed their own miss. Got it to go.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Utah.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Donovan Mitchell.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Al Giddey. 6 on the shot clock. The shot misses. And it's the Jazz's ball. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Outside, Maravich. Puts up a 3. It's tipped. Stolen by Pippen. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it.